Good morning and welcome to the PrimeCap Daily. My name is Jamie Leszczynski and it is Monday the 29th of October. It's budget day! And whilst it may seem sad to celebrate this, I can't tell you, when I began in the foreign exchange markets, in the foreign exchange game, probably about a decade ago now, a room full of 30 currency dealers holding their breath when the Bank of England or the European Central Bank sat to discuss interest rates. Likewise, budget day. Obviously, at the moment, in the current climate, Mr. Hammond, much of what he will be talking about later on this morning or later on today, has already been leaked or released. That's not uncommon. Probably from both sides, and it's in their interest to inform the market so there's not any massive shock, rates not moving in one direction or the other. We have seen the pound drop to below the 1.13 mark, so it's currently at the 1.124 mark against the euro and around about the 1.285 mark against the US dollar. So there's been quite a strong drop. And we thought we would use this morning and frame the budget to give you an idea of precisely why something like the PrimeCap Daily was set up. There's a lot of innuendo, there's a lot of information, conflicting reports around at the moment in the miasma of the print media, digital, online news. Some are saying that Mr. Hammond has an uphill struggle to make the budget exciting because if there is a no deal, or if the deal that's put to the UK Parliament is rejected, then he will have to come up with another budget, probably a markedly different one. So his budget today is predicated on the idea that there is a deal with the EU over the UK's exit and indeed trading relationships subsequently. Anything materially different may have to be changed. And I think in a way that's sort of covering his arse, frankly. On the other side, you have this notion that Mrs. May has announced an end to the age of austerity, whatever the hell that means. Now, these are just headlines. Mrs. May has not qualified what it means to have come to the end of this age of austerity. Equally, Mr. Hammond has not qualified the contingencies and the planning that has gone into an alternative budget scenario, should we come up with something particularly different in March. So, you and me, and indeed businesses and individuals who would be sending money internationally, exchanging currency, we have no information really to help us when we consider sending funds internationally. All that we can say, and all that we have seen, is that the pound has taken a wee drop as this story has developed and sort of occupied popular mindset. So if I'm paying for product in from China, denominated in US dollars, since before speculation of the budget or its contents, my costs have in fact gone up by a good 1.5% in the space of a week and a half. So you can see, when PrimeCap talk about how information, data, sentiment, political or otherwise, how it affects rates of exchange and digesting or considering what that effect may mean, by putting out a really strong headline, the end of austerity, but not qualifying it, the government, Mrs. May, are not helping people on Main Street. In fact, they're causing people on Main Street nosebleeds, headaches, concerns over whether or not they've got the readies available from UK sales to pay for the product they're about to buy from the Middle East, or the Far East rather. So it's particularly annoying. What we can say as a currency broker dealing with small businesses, entrepreneurs, individuals, families, what we can say is that waiting for things to improve just because you have a gut feeling that they may is not a sensible plan. If you can afford to do what you want to do with the rates as they currently are, and we'll bring the rates up on the screen just below now, do it. The rate of exchange is not your friend, frankly. It's no one's friend, it's so unpredictable, and it is a little tiny wee snapshot of everything, all factors that feed into, or measurable factors that feed into the economic health, market sentiment, appetite for risk globally within certain countries and territories and jurisdictions. So it is not something that one can focus on or try to interpret using one particular set of data. And for that reason, even when we think we know what is going on, you can't really be confident that rates of exchange will follow suit. Now, what a company like PrimeCap does is that we alert you. We can tell you the pound, 4 days ago, the pound dropped by 1.5 cents against the euro. We can get to you far quicker than you might be able to react yourself to inform you of that drop or of an improvement as and when the pound climbs back up in value if there is a deal on the table before Christmas, for instance. Even the days between Christmas and New Year. If you've left instruction with PrimeCap to execute a payment when the market gets to a certain level, and it only touches that level for a fraction of a second, we're able to react and respond to that instruction to make sure that the rate is achieved for you and you remain on target, on forecast with regards to your spending and your foreign currency activity. I have waffled on too long. All other information is broadly eclipsed today. It is a focus on the budget and how the market digests. Expect Labour to come out and say that something outrageous has befallen the UK with regards to Mr Hammond's announcements, but do perhaps expect greater spending on things like road transport services, key public services perhaps. If the age of austerity is over, then expect to see a bit more spending on things that you and I use on a daily basis. Thank you very much, as ever, for your kind attention, and tomorrow we will be digesting the fallout from the budget later today.